As I get older, I think about having arguments for argument's sake. I remember the old folks used to say, don't argue with fools, because from a distance you can't tell which one is which. Um, and that was, always a clever saying. You knew you grew up around some wise individuals and you heard that. But now it gets worse. Because now people are willing to argue strictly for argument's sake. And maybe that was the way it was. And maybe now that I'm becoming an older individual, I'm starting to get in that stuff. Maybe that's what the old heads were trying to say. But I think that it's dangerous that 2, 3, 5 people can't come to an agreement on what's the truth. We get so passionate about what we feel. And it doesn't matter about the truth. Some of the stuff be so illogical to the point where, and these are intelligent people sometimes, by all standards. These people are intelligent, and they'll argue more about the feeling than what's true. And, relationships have been destroyed, whether it's marriages, whether it's friends, family, whatever. Relationships have been destroyed at an alarming rate, especially in recent years, because of this type of behavior. We have to be able to consciously come to an agreement on what's actually facts. And then also understand that more than one thing can be true at the same time. Because it's one thing to have an opinion, which everybody has one of those. Old heads had a saying about that one too. But I have a fact about something, but that doesn't mean that my fact is the only fact. Something can be true for somebody else. I was going back and forth with my barbershop, and my barber said, that may have been true for you where you grew up on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, that wasn't true for us. And I can't say nothing about that because I didn't grow up on the West Coast. I don't know what that was there. And I resolve the fact that what he's saying couldn't possibly be true, and what I'm saying is true. And nobody's wrong. But, we have situations where our feelings overtake what's true and overtake our logic. And it gets to be very, very dangerous. And so these arguments come out that has no real basis, and it has no foundation whatsoever, because it's only rooted in somebody's feelings. I've heard a person say that, someone can be offended, not directly, but just period, can be offended by something. And they can just run off, and it could go into, now these type of things are running off into mass shootings. That's at the highest point, down to just you losing friendships. I think the way we reel it in is to be able to have a sense of agreement on what's true and what's facts beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then understanding that everybody sees things from their own perspective, and it doesn't make them wrong. And give them the grace to be able to share their perspective without judgment, but still be able to rest right back in the middle at the things that we know are 1,000% true. Because as long as we're able to just say things that's not true at all, but because we feel that way is okay, boy, we're not going to do nothing but continue to get worse and worse and worse. You need to think about that.